All right, guys, so I got a review for you guys, something a little bit different here. Today, we're going to be looking at the Cube C1 3D display. I've actually got it connected to Blender, and you can actually render some of your things out and actually see them on this 3D monitor. So it's a really cool little gadget. Let's get straight into the review. In the box, you get a USB cable, a device stand, and a HDMI to mini HDMI. And here's the moment of truth, the device, and let's get to the most satisfying part, peeling off the tape. One more time. It's about the size of a cell phone. Here's what the back looks like. Enough of jibber jabber, let's get to the good stuff. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set up the camera now that I've got a scene quickly set up. If we go ahead and I've got the plugin loaded here, if we scroll down, we see LFT. We're gonna click on this, make sure we hit connect, and it is connected. And then I also like to make sure that it's also running in the background. I have it selected here. If I grab that, it keeps, I always like, for some reason, have to sign in. Even if I check all of this stuff, I have to keep signing in, which is one complaint I have, is basically just software. Otherwise, it's really cool. So here is all of the stuff that it comes with, which I'm not really into. These are like 2D images, but I'm going to go into my profile here and then my creations. You can see some of the other tests that I was doing. So once we have it opened, now what we're going to do is come into here and we're going to go to connect, make sure it is connected. Then we're going to save this file path to wherever you have your stuff saved. All right, so I have everything saved. And then what I want to do is see what it's going to see. And then if I click on show here, and it's going to show the camera, right? And then if I click on real-time viewport or view light, now I can actually see what I'm seeing on my screen on the actual device. So now you can see, I can see the sphere here and it's kind of blurry. And then here it is on here. So if I jump into the view here, now we can see exactly what that's seeing. So now what we want to try to do here is to kind of get this in somewhat of a focus position. Now if I jump out, and you can clearly see here on the monitor, we have this plane here and we have the far and near clipping. So I'm going to grab the far clipping, and that's going to bring that back, and you can kind of see what's happening over here. Like we're clipping out, now we don't see it. So I'm going to bring that back to about right there. I want that background plane. And then again, I'm going to grab the focus plane, the focal plane, and grab that here. So looks like actually the clipping, I did clip it out. So now we actually, there it is, there we see the sphere. So I'm going to actually bring that farther than what it needs to be. And then on the focal plane, now if I bring this and get you dead center, we want to kind of get that in enough focus where it looks somewhat good looking at it directly. Now right there, it looks nice and sharp. Now if I look over here, that's clearly not lining up to this here. So it's kind of weird. It's a kind of a, I don't know, again, documentation and information is a little bit sketchy. So I don't know if my focal plane has anything to do with that on this focal plane. So anyways, I just kind of get it to match good on the little monitor here. So once we've got that set up, then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit escape, and that's going to jump me out. Now you can do kind of like the material preview, and if we set the material preview, if I let this compile, all right, that's compiled. Let's see if we can do a preview with that in material preview view. Actually, yeah, we can get, you can see we got a nice little view of the material preview over here. Now, when I go to full render mode, it's extremely laggy. And matter of fact, let me try to go to it really fast right now. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Matter of fact, I am in full render mode and nothing is showing up on here. So that's not working. So, you know, pretty much material preview mode works there. You can see that looks nice. And then also just your plain viewport there. So, and for some reason, it seems like it locked up, or has, again, it's frozen. Its software has been so far the negative of this whole thing that I would say. Let me restart. All right, I'm going to go ahead and reconnect, and let's go back to the live view. Okay, good. We are back here and we got our live view all set up here. If I go back and escape, you have to hit escape to get out of the preview mode. So now everything is ungrayed out. Come over here to render view, where it says render. It's going to save multi-render picture, and it's going to basically fire up and start rendering right now. You can see there's some little numbers are happening. So it's going to start rendering these multiple views, these multiple side views. So just let it do its thing, and then we'll get back to it after that. All right, so after that's done, then we're going to need to click right here, synchronize to quick light picks. Go ahead and synchronize that. It's going to synchronize all the image. If you go into your file and actually look at it, you're going to notice there's just going to be a whole bunch of basically renders. Like it just rendered out a bunch of multiple angles. And it's still like, for some reason, it's not rendering the exact view that I see that, like the background. Like, it's kind of annoying. So I still haven't figured out exactly, but here it's clearly showing that it's going down below. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then here we're going to go upload to platform after you're finished. It's going to upload quickly. Just name it. And I think you need to make sure that you have this running in the background. I just have both of them. I just don't. I have this one right here, Club Stitch open. And again, right now, there's nothing showing you, so you might think it's not working, but I guess it's working in the background. So it takes maybe a couple of minutes, and then we'll jump back over to the app here. This next page here, I kind of just wait a couple of minutes, and then I'll hit this refresh button, and it's still not loaded, I guess, yet. I wish they would have some type of way of letting us know that it's compiling or doing something in the background. While we're waiting, here are some of the ones that I did here. This one was an animation, which I will get into that. It took a long time to do the animation. It basically renders 40 frames for however long your animation is. So it took forever to render this because it's going to render all the angles. So basically one frame is 40 shots. So think about your animation like that. Here's a couple other ones that I did, which you're getting some nice parallax on there. You can see that there. That's really nice there. A couple of other ones that I did messing around. Really nice, really nice. This one is a 2D image that it converts, which is like pretty cool. And you can kind of see where we can see the back of that image, but it does a really good job of converting the images. Here's another image that I had also did. This one was done in Octane, this image, and then it converted it. Unfortunately, this does not work with Octane. Just a default cube, which was kind of like one of the first ones that I did, which is actually really nice there. And this one here, again, a volumetrics. Kind of worked out pretty nice. Let's refresh it and see if we got that new one yet. Here it comes. Here comes our new one. Again, we did not see that in the background, so I don't understand why we're seeing that. So there it is. But yeah, that looks okay. That background looks absolutely horrible. But we didn't have that background showing in the preview, so I don't understand what the camera angle is as far as relationship to what we're going to actually get. So now what I'm doing is just looking at the preview, and I'm just going to start tweaking my camera, not really looking at the viewport, but more like focusing on the actual monitor here to see the type of results that I can possibly get. I'll use that as that, and then maybe my focal plane. If I bring the focal plane there, I'm just going to get it to its focus somewhat. That looks pretty focused there. I'm going to bring my camera, jump into the camera on the computer, grab the, and just kind of line this focus up, line up my render the way I want it. So basically more, just less focusing on purely on the actual screen here and not focusing pretty much on Blender at all. And let's see one other thing, if I can back up just a little bit, grab the focal. I'm at 188 millimeters. Let's back that up a little bit and see what happens. Because what I see on Blender and what I see on this machine are clearly different. And the screen is very laggy now that I'm in this material preview mode. It's very laggy. So I'm going to go back to this mode here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do another render. Now there are other features here. You can add like a clock to this, which I did not like the way it looked when I launched the clock. I just don't like the results. And then there's always this kind of like this line that I can kind of see in my, it just ruins the effect. So I really don't use the clock at all. Then there are a couple of other things here which are a little gimmicky for me in my taste. And my main feature was just be able to use this with Blender. But again, here you can use some of these other features and basically take a look at them and like kind of load them up. Some of them, again, I'm not a fan of, so I really don't use them too often or at all. I've only basically, and then here's another one for like, this one was actually pretty cool, which will kind of give you like some systems readings of your GPU and stuff like that, which again, I've downloaded all this stuff once and now it wants me to download it again, and that's kind of like a pain that I have to keep re-downloading or relaunching these, which I don't understand why. So that's why I'm not a big fan of these. I predominantly just want the workflow between Blender and into this, which I think if you're into game design, this will be really cool, to just another way to visualize and see your 3D asset in a different way, in a different perspective. Let's go ahead and refresh. All right, here's our new one. Again, it's okay, but like I just can't figure out how to get that background to look a lot cleaner, and the foreground doesn't look really as good. It's just a quick little rundown. I'm able to get hit or miss about getting some good results out of it. Setting up animation is a little bit of some time consuming on the rendering. Again, each frame renders out 40 images per frame, so you can do the math. That's a lot of frames and a lot of render time.